Taolu's playstyle in Counter-Strike is a bit like the Fast and the Furious franchise. Now you think about each one of those movies, they start off so chaotic. You always have like a race scene or something. That's Taolu, like they're just going for it. I almost swore. Apologies. Family show. And they're just going for it. They're just loving it. That's like the start of a Fast and the Furious movie. Then you get into learning about the plot. So this is where it slows down a little bit. Maybe they'll change the pace. You know, maybe they'll be struggling with economy or whatever.
Is obviously in a prime position to take the game. There's not a whole lot working for them, but we're going to see the instant B-rush here. HObbit's ready to receive. He's going to find 3, might even be 4. Shazam finally responds. Mir tucked away in the corner. Shazam has no idea. And, well, we've seen a couple of ults he calls in our days, but that's definitely up there.
Yeah, I mean, you know, you start to believe, you start to think, you know, complexity, they could close this out now. And let me tell you, they try to change up the pace. For those of you wondering why you just go for a B rush there, right? And you can see you've even got DAPs now up in the apartments to try and lock down this area of the map. Uh-oh. Whoop, that's awkward. Breezy going to go to find him, and there we go. 12-8.
We'll see, though, if there's a backup plan ready to be deployed for Sprout. Seems like they want to potentially set up for pretty standard smokes out into yard. Get some flashes out for Faven as well, so he can actually move out. Right now, though, Mousesports are not throwing away any sort of utility as well. You can still see that they have 2 Molotovs on players playing out towards yard. Actually, one of them's on Oskar, and he's towards higher, but still plenty for Mousesports to deal with whatever gets thrown at them. There we go. chrisJ gets into action once more, finds 2 frags immediately, jumps on top of third train, and finds the third one as well on top of green chain. 4 kills for chrisJ.
In the complexity Renegade Swiss round 2 matchup.
I'm always going to predict against Renegades now.
The clock starting to tick down. There's still some utility to be expended. In fact, that Incendiary will hold them back a little bit. The push still coming in from apps, but already Yugi just looking to shut things down here. He was very much avoided yesterday, and I can somewhat see why. He will eventually fall, but they've still got to clear out this site again. God being next, the ones to find a couple of kills, but the real problem is the clock. Nika will finally be cleared, but do they actually have time to get the bomb down? I don't think they do. They've missed it, and it doesn't matter, but Config peeks out. He's lucky that they don't hit the shots there. It won't matter in the end. The round still goes to
the bomb already backing off. Good luck. Sprout are convinced by this push from Vega, and in fact, it's only now one man, Chopper, looking to slice and dice open this B site. Percy takes him down with a jump, and now it is just going to be a overrun. But Sprout have realized far too late.
Yeah, still a chance to actually retrieve an AK, though. That's great. I do like seeing Jesus kill. It's sort of one of those things as well. If you're the other person, all you can do is just be like, oh. Like, then there's no benefit if you don't get the weapon either. You get no...
Ladder.
Jay is going to get the drop on Faven as well. That means Must pretty much have full control over yard. They can do whatever they want with the bomb, as long as it's not going towards the inner bomb site, pretty much. And even still, they're grabbing control here as well. NATO. Well, you got the utility to work with, but right now you're on a bit of a timer. Here we go. Oskar closes out the round in stylish fashion. 3rd frag of the round. And
ça reste assez lent, attention les HE, attention les molos, RPK qui a pris des dégâts. Ziwo avec Salindawa, c'est très bien joué de la part des joueurs russes, mais ça sans compter sur un Ziwo qui est très en forme, peut-être pour le triplé Ziwo. Le flick, oui, le flick shot qui va passer pour Ziwo. Il a ouvert le BPB, merci Ziwo. On va pouvoir tranquillement planter la bombe, on est en 5v2. Ziwo qui est chaud. Ziwo encore une fois, mais qui néglige absolument rien. Il sait exactement où.
How do you not know this, Rantic? Wait, what? What? I'm so confused. You're shocked right now, like you don't know my movements or my binds.
Pretty sure there's more stuff on my pizza. I'm joking, man. Hello. I joke, man.
What's close?
He's default, you heard him default.
Oh my! Oh my!
People are paid to play this game. People are paid to...
Yo, they're coming, I think. Run, man. Like, what are you even saying, bro? Just shut up and run back.
Shut up, man.
Can't hear anything.
They're here. They're here.
I didn't kill that guy. I thought I killed him.
Stop shooting.
Shut up.
They're pushing me, I think, guys.
Brandon doesn't know how to play.
Need help, bro. Two.
One's behind you, CT, I think.
Yes.
Right back. NBK, faut le tuer NBK, et il le tuera. Il le tuera. In extremis, il perdra la vie juste après, mais il le fera.
Push with me, push with me. Scout. One on site.
I'm nading.
Here, I can op if somebody watches my long.
That.
Cody, you just killed one of them with a smoke.
What? Oh, I got a smoke kill! KP, clip that! Clip that, dude!
One's mid.
I just got a smoke kill, bro! Oh my.
Really, really tough bracket and just a tough tournament in general in New York, right? So for them to kind of fall this flat, and the fact that we haven't seen this tactical timeout yet, like
just like believe in, like, no, it's fine, we got this. You can, like, I don't know, I'm not convinced. I'm really not convinced. As you've gone running into Dennis, he's picked up 2 kills. Sprout looking primed and ready to find themselves a 13th here, and Percy. You know, we nicknamed him the Vessel earlier on. He's
been chugging along. He's doing damage. He's been really good at finding openings, actually, on this T side as well. It's going to get the drop on Sunny. That's bombed down, even though Rops gets the answer. Position given away. Okay, Oskar trying to bring this back. Still a man advantage for Sprout here, though, and Dennis still navigating in the shadows. He's going to get the drop on Oskar. That's bombed down once more. And even though Rops has gotten into connector here, what can he realistically do? Actually, Favens is on a bit of a fact-finding mission. Oh, Dennis is all-seeing, all-aware.
Yeah.
Doesn't get away in the corner. Snacks has managed to get a Colt on his hands, so he might be able to do some damage to the economy of a Sprout with a couple of kills, but easier said than done. You can see tons of utility still left on the side of Sprout, too. Dennis spots Snacks moving over. Lobs an Aiden, does significant damage onto Snacks, so he's pretty much in one-shot range now for any weapon. Follow-up nade also just makes matters worse, and, well, Dennis is going to finish him off. Oskar does get the drop on Dennis, but not able to pick up Faven, and Op is going to be retrieved as well. Could have win out the duel versus Titian. Refresh, though, finds the trade. Savin actually follows that up as well. Oh, Dragonfly, you don't want to be there. Gabi tested that a little bit earlier in the round.
That would have been such a big kill for Torben to find, but instead you have Refresh chiming in, finally dealing with Gabi. Tabson brought down to 3 HP. Holds over here by the vent. That nade not quite enough to finish him, and actually it's the molly it spread. So now next, 1v2 for match point here for Big, and if he wins this, he completely destroys the economy of Fragsters. So there is a lot on this one round, and Dragonfly already tagged down low, finally getting it finished off. He starts to burn in the fire and flames, but Refresh still picking up the kill. The defuse comes in. Fragsters move on to a 10. Pretty close down to the wire as well, then having it immediately stripped away from you, and it's a fantastic return from mousesports. In particular, chrisJ finding this triple in this round. He is certainly looking a little bit scary right now, and that there is always the most terrifying thing about mousesports on trade. You know,
Come in. Flashing water.
Okay.
One through. Fuck, I have to give.
That kill one?
No.
Through spawn.
Oh!
Nice. One left.
What?
Last guy was there. Where? They didn't even
holding with you.
spawn.
He was banana.
Yeah.
He's still there.
Spawn.
Can I get a cliff notes of this round? What the fuck is that?
I just
At home, so it's actually a good sign for them that they're able to do that already now.
Grat needs to get that caterpillar off his goddamn lip right now.
I think it's cool, Chad. Now, you wouldn't say that to his face. And not only that, he's jacked. He wears the freshest clothes, he hangs out with the coolest dudes, and eats at the chillest restaurants. What do you do, Chad?
I don't know. Wear like a checkered. I change shirt because we were matching. That's what I do.
And that is the smart play. Either way, any final words you guys have before we close the book here on the complexity?
Re-A.
Oh, we're dead. Sign dead.
Just try to get more guns down. Could be opping truck.
Truck. One jump
Truck.
He's got a peek.
Jump up. Truck.
This guy was B.
Let's go! Ah!
Figure out where one of the complexity members are before they can group up and potentially set up for trades.
Right now, they're certainly not in that spot. He's aware that there's a man over here on short, courtesy of Android spraying on through. His shadow is going to give him away to Shazam down in CT, so as long as he's observing. Oh, on down, but Adren's now been given an opportunity. A missed shot from Shazam, and suddenly it's into the 1v1. Adren's going to do it. 4 kills. He digs deep at the very end, and he's able to lock in a 6th round for Gambit.
That was a big one as well. It's just...
You know what it is!
Yeah, I'm just playing a main, okay? I'm sitting on the box watching a main flank.
Sure, they played them like previously, but obviously I spoke to the manager earlier today, Gomez, and he basically just said we're sort of just winging it. So it's kind of like you can't really like read too much into a lot of the plays. Now, obviously that could have just been a bit of a like throw off, but at the same time, I feel like it's true. They're so early on. Quick rush in towards the B side though. Liaz finds one, but it's a very quick trade back. Azza still going to be looking to hold this off from short, and the rotation has begun to come in. He's looking for another bomb plant, but at the same time, they have brought it back into a 3v3.
Oh, nice shot from Gratisfaction. Again, we need him with this AWP to step up this map, try to beat the birthday boy himself, and he even fires off into Android. We know who the robot is today. Gratisfaction, clinical procedures on this B bomb site. Ye's got to find the clutch, and he's so close to Jacob. He gets a free kill. Now it is the AWP of Renegades left up, the new addition. And Ye hunting for this final kill, not going for the bomb, but Gratisfaction hits a shot, and that's going to be what Renegades need to take a 5-0 lead.
This is done. This has freed up the full rotation over here towards the A bomb site. Dennis gets all the information in the world, and they've got no idea. Dennis slips the knife in the back, and that is going to be Rops falling. NATO now just have to try and hold his own here, and at the buffer, he's going to put a stop to chrisJ and Snacks as well. There we go. Oskar left in a 1v4. The bomb dropped down in the sandwich, and NATO is certainly not making a meal out of this one. Sprout going to be moving in at 2 and 11th.
So we'll have to just wait and see. We're going to see the same sort of smoke thrown in.
Oh!
What? Bye, Hutchie. See you later.
Someone's been watching Launders with those B-hops. Oh my sweet lord. Again for Hellraisers and put them down to about $3,400 a player, plus whatever they have. But also 15 rounds to Tyloo. At least a bomb plant is needed here, minimum here for Hellraisers. But even then, that's not satisfactory.
Yeah, that's to just be in.
Yeah.
Not even to start their comeback. And I think they need to start it now. They're playing for overtime. I don't think that's something that will really be in Hellraiser's mind at this point. Molotov going down so late again. It's the clock. I feel like the clock at the moment is a 6th member of this Tyloo side as we're down to the 30-second marker. Xcurate playing up close. Doesn't have his AWP in hand, but that seems like more of a choice. He's just going to be looking to try and avoid all of these players. He sneaks back through, finds one and a second as well. I think he even got 3. Xcurate doing so much damage, and they're trying to put this to bed. But Tep will tap down Bondik to within inches of his life. He's got 15 HP, and he's got no time. Once again, as said, that time, that clock.
Yeah, and
you made the joke about, putting 5 cents on frags as well. I mean, I bet you wish you had.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Hit at the cheeky halftime, throwing a bet on. Those were the loot bet odds. But yeah, I mean, thus far, Fragsters have looked fantastic.
3 points of health. Does line up 1 kill, but Smoothie's going to get that quick trade. Again, the failed smoke for Big. This time it could come back to haunt him because Snappy's got a gap. He's going to try and look for a frag, but instead, he does get it. Next dead. And even if Snappy takes damage there, that's worth its weight in gold.
Still, in terms of the round, a bomb plant is going to be very helpful for Big. Smoothie gets some damage, but he can't quite finish off Snappy, but at least helping them a little bit. The problem is the cavalry now looks to arrive. Smoothie, there we go. He's already managed to take down 1, and things are getting a little bit dicey now for Optic. This is not a round they should be losing, although Smoothie is definitely dead. They've just burnt him right out of the corner. Gobino, he steps up with 2 kills. It's left on to Tizian. It's so damn close, and without Cage and B to save them, Optic would have been losing that round. Still, they're the one.
The solo queue, y'all are fucking ass.
Wait, Charles is double Q. What happened on the A site? Last defense, bro.
Dude, you guys called out their fucking B, and you guys are screaming.
There was 3 of them. There was 3
okay,
of them.
and they rap back, and you guys aren't shutting up and listening for the call out. So listen for the fucking rap back. Shut the fuck up and use your ears. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Bro, what happened, bro?
Oh my God,
I just don't
man.
understand, man. I'm going with injury, bro.
Alright, good.
With injury.
Guys are so fucking brain dead. Just listen to me, bro. Like.
Vas-y, middle. Jardin. Fais-le blanc, y'en a.